Hello everybody and welcome to the weekly top 5 where I talk about my 5 favorite tracks for the week. I started this show last week, so this is the second iteration of it. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this. I know it didn't get quite as many views as some of the other shows, which is kind of to be expected, but I just like the idea of sharing some new songs for you guys, and so you can go check it out and see what I've been enjoying listening to. And please also check out my Spotify playlist where I list the top 5 songs. You could easily listen to them there or go into the description and I'll have a YouTube link as well as a link to that Spotify list. So plenty of places for you to be able to go check out these songs. The idea is for this to be kind of a quick show just to mention some of the songs that I've been enjoying this week. Most of them newer songs. Sometimes I'll delve into the past and just pick out notable songs that I've been enjoying. So that's the premise. So to start at number 5, I have kind of this like tie at number 5 that I decided because one of the tracks isn't on Spotify. There's no place to stream this track. The only place I know to view it is YouTube. And that is Cyan and their new track, The Sorcerer.
Out of the night comes the sorcerer. His eyes are glowing bright.
I talked about this a little bit on my New Music Friday. This is from an upcoming album by the band, which is called For King and Country. And this track is just fantastic. It's a 15-minute prog epic. Pretty much has everything you want to hear at a symphonic prog epic. Peter Jones' voice is just fantastic. He's really amazing. Rob Reed is so great on keyboards and just has that classic sound to him. Also, Luke Mocken has some great guitar lines, some kind of almost jazziness in the feel to his soloing. So just a perfect track. Even some light female vocals in the background as well that are really perfectly placed. I just think this is a great track and shows a lot of promise to the new album, which should be coming out September 4th. So coming out pretty quick here. A great project that I'm really looking forward to and may warrant a review in the future. The other choice at number 5 is Earthside and their new track, All We Ever Knew and Loved. And so this one is really interesting. It's expansive and cinematic. It's really not typical of the type of thing that I usually listen to. It's almost like film score music in a sense, but it really has this epic YouTube video attached to it, this kind of animation that just really has this epic kind of grand fantasy feel to it. It features Bard Kolstad of Leprous, and it's just really hard-hitting, and it just builds and builds in intensity, and it's just really well composed. Not the typical thing that I usually lean towards, but Earthside's an interesting band that they came out with an album about 6 years ago, and A Dream in Static was the name of the album, and I really enjoyed that one. It had a lot of interesting guest stars, had this kind of big cinematic feel to it, and they really embraced that on this track. So it's a promising new band that I think deserves some attention. So that's my number 5 pick. At number 4, I have Gentle Giant and the track His Last Voyage.
Sky above, time gray, wind cut like a knife. This was his last voyage.
Now, I know this is an older track, but it's been recently remixed by Steven Wilson, and it was one of the standouts to me of the freehand Steven Wilson remakes, and they just released a new visualizer YouTube video, so I thought it was appropriate to feature it in my weekly top 5. Just a great, more laid-back, softer feel of a track with Carrie Minier, but it's still really intricate and interesting, kind of has that Renaissance medieval flavor in it as well. But I just think it's a really beautiful track, one that I overlooked earlier, but I think really comes to life on this new Steven Wilson remake, so I had to put that on my list. Next, kind of a staple for my list, whenever there's a new track by this band, it'll show up on here, just kind of how it is. This is the Neal Morse Band and their new single, Your Place in the Sun. This is their latest single for the new album Innocence in Danger, which comes out next week. And it's more of a short, poppier track. The first two singles that they released were, longer tracks in a sense. Not like super long epics, but longer and a little bit more progressive with a little bit more variety. This one's more of a short, poppier, Steely Dan / Beatles inspired number, but it gives the whole band a chance to shine. The four singers each do a kind of trading lead vocals. They sing different sections of the song. Neal Morse, Eric Gillette, Mike Portnoy, and of course Bill Hubauer all take turns singing. It's really well done. It has a great chorus. It's just hooky and fun and shows the pop direction that they sometimes go in, and I think it's a cool flavor that's to be expected from the new upcoming album, which I'm really excited to. I'll definitely be reviewing the new album, so expect that in the future. So next I have a cool one at number 2. This is the Siberium and the track Alice in Afterland live. So the Siberium is a band I covered this past week with their new album Connected. Please check out that album review if you haven't yet. And I was directed in the comments to that video towards a new live concert that they put out on YouTube. They did release a live album, it sounds like, from Forging Nations Live. So this is taken from that, but this is a full live performance with video, and it's really cool. And so this is the opening track from it. I was checking this out, really loving the band, loving their style. They have this sort of Rush-inspired sound, this heavier prog, but just really well done, great on their instruments. I love the vocals. It's just, and they're really great live. They have this energy, and the passion they have for the music is evident in their live performance as well. So wanted to point people towards that. If you liked the review I did and are interested more in the band, this is a great way to look into their music, is to look at this live show. I'm going to link to the live concert on YouTube down in the comments to check that one out. So definitely a cool band that I've really been loving and wanted to share even more from them. So there you have it, the Siberium. And today's number 1 choice, kind of an interesting one, a track I've been looking forward to. This is Moron Police and their new track, The Stranger and the High Tide.
Where did you go? And what did you find? There's all of these dreams you left behind. I got nothing left to lose at this point in my life, like the stranger and the high tide. Weigh me down.
This is a fun one. This is a band, they came out with a notable album, I believe it was about 2 years ago, A Boat on the Sea, one of my favorite albums of that year. It was incredible. It's short, but it's sweet, has all these prog stylings, but it's accessible and hooky and fun. It's just a burst of energy, and I think it's a pretty perfect album. So I really loved that and was always excited to hear what the band's going to come up with next, because they have such an eclectic, fun style that you never can expect what they're going to do. And they did another wild left turn here with The Stranger and the High Tide, which is kind of almost this country western inspired prog, which is things you wouldn't really expect to go together. This kind of country feel, but then this proggy feel, but it molds together in this great way. I almost think of it like as cowboy prog is how I would describe it. Just this really fun feel to that kind of age, this kind of country western, old America kind of feeling in the sound, but balanced with this prog. It's not like just straightforward country music by any stretch, but it has that flavor and influence. So the way that they're able to balance that and put that kind of genre into a prog style is really well done and just makes for a fun, engaging listen. So that had to be my number 1 this week. So hopefully you like that. I think 5 interesting, varied tracks kind of covering different styles within the prog realm, at least my prog realm. So thank you guys once again. Hopefully you enjoy these tracks. Please go seek them out either on my Spotify, which is linked in the description, or throughout the various YouTube clips, which I've also linked in the description. So thank you guys so much. Hopefully you're enjoying this style show. I know it's not as big of a draw as some of my other shows, but I think that's okay. It's just a fun, casual look at my favorite songs for the week. And that's not going to be for everyone, but for those who like that, thank you guys for watching. And please subscribe if you like this. This is a weekly feature, so I'll be putting these out every week. And so thank you guys once again. And please keep enjoying this music. And please let me know in the comments of your top 5 of the week if you have them. Or maybe not 5, but just songs that you've been enjoying this week that maybe have passed me by and I could feature in future editions. So thank you guys again, and keep enjoying the music. Bye.